Hello, my name is Sibyl Harmony, and I am a healer, a medium, and an intuitive. And this is a video about happiness, how to be happy in times of turmoil or trouble or anytime, really. And that's really when I found that most helpful when things are difficult to find gratitude, peace, and happiness. So a lot of people wonder why I I do different types of readings. I look at energy all over the world. There's a lot of stuff going on now. Even during COVID, I was happy. And people are like, what is wrong? Why is she not because things are happy on the outside, because things are happy on the inside. So happiness is an inside job. Because I discovered long ago that I didn't want to give my power away to things that happened in my past. And I could give you lists of the most horrific things that have ever happened to people. And probably I'm right up there close with some of the worst. I used to think no one's had it as bad as me. But I let all that stuff go because I understand that it's all about perception. And that if I want to be healthy and do well and enjoy my life, I'd rather be happy than let people or situations or events from the past or even things that are going on now rob me of my peace, joy, and harmony. So it's all about perspective. If you go step back and look at the big picture, we're all from the light. We're all going back to the light. And this is just all the stuff that happens in between. And even death is not a terrible ending. Most people think it is. I don't. And death comes for everybody. It's part of the deal here. Here's the deal on Earth. Nobody gets out alive. So if you think that's the end, that may be partly why you're afraid or sad or trying to get ahead or doing whatever, or trying to get the outside to be the thing that that's going to finally make you happy. And I decided years ago that I wanted to be happy. And I used to do things like say, okay, when I get this, I'll be happy. So I'd pray for this, or I'd try to get this, and I'd get something, and then I'd get it, the relationship or the house or the job or the whatever. And then I found out that that wasn't the thing that I thought it was, that was finally going to make me complete and okay. And when I started doing the inside job, that's when things started to change for me. And I was able to take back my power from all people, places, and things that weren't serving me. So I have 5 things that I'm going to give you here and talk about things that can help you to be happy or peaceful or have a purposeful life, especially when things are not going well. But so it's important to remember that it is an inside job, and that if we aren't here to save the world or to worship a deity or be good enough or not be a sinner or somehow or climb the success ladder or whatever, because the real reason we are here as souls to grow and evolve spiritually. And when we discover that if we go inside, we can heal ourselves, that we can save ourselves. And that's why we came. And all the other stuff is all the distractions that keep people doing whatever. So, yeah. Okay. So I don't really like readings that talk about giving you lists of things to do this, do that. I don't really like, I used to do those years ago. I've been doing this for a long time. I don't really like those type of readings because now I look at the energy. Having said that, I am going to talk about 5 things And 4 of those things are more physical, conscious things you can do to be happy, because you want to take care of the obvious first. But real happiness is about frequency and energy and vibration. And we're going to talk about that. Real happiness and peace is about recognizing that we are energy, we are spirit, and that if there is energy in our space, we may not know it. Lower energy vibrations, or energy from events or from the past or from things we're afraid of, or people, or whatever situations that are here in the present. If we are not consciously aware of those energies, which is really where the rubber meets the road, is that we are spirit. We are living in energy soup. There's negative and positive energy and spirits surrounding us. Maybe you don't want to know that, but that's the way it is. And there's angels, there's guides, there's higher self, there's other people's energy, there's ghosts, there's all that stuff. So maybe if you don't want to recognize that, okay. But that is where the frequency of harmony and well-being, which greatly affects your health, your finances, your everything, is in the energy. And it's what we're not conscious of. And so you can talk about it, and it's helpful to, positive affirmations, or thinking positive, or being optimistic, and consciously trying not to be afraid, or all that. But then we also don't want to beat ourselves up for when we have feelings, because that's a part of being human. There's nothing wrong with your feelings. Okay. So the worst thing you can do is judge yourself if you're not happy or you don't feel good. Okay. So let's not do that either. But let's talk about the basics. First, if you're really upset or something horrible's happened, you lost your home or someone died, that's understandable that you wouldn't feel good. I remember when I went through a divorce, I cried every day for a year. And then I said, after a year, I'm going to be done grieving this. So you can take a year, a month, a week, an hour. Like, how long are you going to let something affect you? Take your power and your joy. Be in your space. So you can do a lot of unconscious work with your intention. Even if you're not an experienced energy healer, you can feel better just by using your intention. I'm intending to feel good. So I've mentioned that I had a lot of people hurt me, or awful things happened to me. And I decided that anything that happened in my past happened for a moment in time. And whatever it was, it doesn't matter anymore. Those people or whatever that hurt me and did that happened for a moment of time. And if I'm still upset about that and carrying that around as a reason why I'm not happy, it's still happening on some level. And so I decided to let that stuff go. Is that forgiveness? It can be. I found that, and it's maybe easier said than done, but I remember my mother was alcoholic, and I didn't have a good relationship with her, and I started working on my spiritual path, and I wanted to forgive her. So I used to do these seminars and write these big, long, letters and do all this stuff. I'm forgiving her. And I'd come home from the weekend of doing all this work, and then she'd call me up, and I'd be like, oh my God, I'm right back where I started. So I'm not suggesting it's easy, and I'm not saying you should be around people who are negative or hurtful. Yes, set boundaries, or maybe don't be around them. But happiness is an inside job. And I don't want whatever happened before or that might happen in the future to rob me of my joy and my happiness and my peace. because it's an inside job. Okay, so the first thing I have is HALT. Hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. HALT, stop. If you are hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, maybe you need to talk to somebody. Maybe you need to rest. Maybe you need to eat. Maybe you need to recognize, wow, I'm really angry. So we can own our feelings and accept our feelings, not judge ourselves for having feelings, but we can also intend that we're going to let something go, or like, what do we need to do to support ourselves? Talk to a friend, get a healing, do a prayer, go for a walk, do some breathing. You know, if you know energy techniques, release it energetically so that you can come back in the moment of now and be at peace and enjoying yourself. Like, how long is an incident? Like, anybody can say anything at any time or do anything. And how long is that going to take away your peace and joy? For 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 years, the rest of your life? Oh, that person, they can't believe they say, yeah. So most of what people say and do is about them. It is not about you. Nothing is personal. And when you open your heart and love yourself and your inner child and support yourself, you don't have to be right. You don't have to be perfect. You can just be, and that happens through years of energy healing. Or maybe it happens only in months for you, or using your intention. Okay, but that's what I do in my private sessions, and I'm going to be doing that in my my membership group on Saturdays at 10 o'clock now, California time. So check that out. Join that if you'd like. All right. So, what are some of the basics? What's conscious? Okay, what we're conscious about. So we talked about HALT, grounded, breathe, be in your body, give yourself a hug, you know, recognize you're safe. And unless a car is coming or something is happening of whatever, fire or imminent threat, right now you're safe. Right now you're okay. There's food in your refrigerator. You got, you know, a roof over your head. You know, you have your family. Okay. So if it isn't, maybe you need to deal with that stuff. But then once you deal with that, come back to, I'm grounded. Well, you want to be grounded while you're dealing with it, but the basics, you want to come back to, am I getting enough sleep? Am I eating right? Am I exercising? Okay. You can do meditative like exercise, which is yoga or qigong. Okay. So the basics, get a reading, get a healing. Okay. To help you with that. But these are the basics. How are you taking care of yourself? Are you doing too much caffeine? Are you taking, you know, too much of, you know, everything in moderation, you know, too much sugar, too much, you know. So I don't do it, by the way, I don't do any sugar at all, but that's me. I like to be really clear. So that's number one. Now, what is number two? Kind of similar, like, are you connecting with nature? Do you have support? Community? Do you need time alone? Sometimes I just take the phone up. I'm just need time alone because I'm very empathic. So I know how I feel and I can get clear. So do you need time alone? Do you need to talk to somebody and share what's going on with you? Or journaling, if no one's there, is a really good way. Talk to your guides, which takes us to, well, that'd be more like in prayer meditation, but number three, to be peaceful and to be in love and to have a purpose, to be loving and kind, because whatever you do, whatever you say to other people, you are saying to yourself. A lot of times we project. If your needs are not being met, or you're angry, or you're, whatever you say, you're creating karma with other people. In Buddhism, I'm not a Buddhist, but in Buddhism, there is no arguing. It's not something you do. So when you go to sleep at night, or when you look at your life, how is my life brought more peace, more love? And do I have purpose? What is the purpose that I am fulfilling? At the end of the day, can you look back and say, I smiled at somebody, I gave a compliment, I donated, I helped this person, I was there for a friend, I was loving to myself and others, and I'm peaceful. And if you lose your temper, did I go back and make amends and clean it up? Or am I just going to try like, yeah, don't do that again. That was not cool. So however we treat people, when we cross, we will feel that 100 times more. Whether they're doing something or not is none of your business. Your business is you, the inside job of you. Okay. So don't take anything personally. Keep your own side of the street clean and have purpose. Be peaceful and loving. Okay. That's number 4 is being of service, which is the highest energy here on the planet, which is kind of like your purpose of like, how did I show up for myself and others today? Do I have a life? Do I give, which is the highest energy here? Also, am I receiving? So can I receive love and compliments? I was at, talking to people, I'm trying to compliment them, and they go, oh, I said, you're beautiful. Oh, well, I'm overweight, and they can't receive it. Can you receive and give and get yourself in balance? So you feel like, okay, I am treating others the way I want to be treated. And I'm also treating myself in a good way. Are you receiving love? If you feel like you're not getting enough love, how are you taking care of your inner child? Because other people are not here to make you happy. That's your job. Once it hasn't been done by your parents as a child, it then becomes your job. Nobody is here to take care of all your needs or make you happy, but you and creator. If you have people that are supportive and do things that make you happy, wonderful. If you don't, then don't be with them or mind your own business. That's not your job. You can set boundaries with people. Please don't talk in that way to me. I would like you to do this. I don't accept that. But you're not here to demand for others to fulfill you, which is what a lot of people do in a relationship, especially women, think that that person is going to fix you, because they're not. That is your job. Okay. Number 5 is getting to where we're going with frequency, and what I talked about, the invisible world of energy. But number 5 is prayer and meditation, and that's how you connect with the unconscious. Prayers to connect you, to guide you. I'm going to do a video probably next week, how to receive guidance. Okay. Asking and receiving, that's giving and receiving. Meditation and energy guided meditations are ways to connect with the unconscious, which is where I promise you happiness is. Now, you may not feel that, and experiencing is believing. And that's why I encourage you to go to my members channel this Saturday at 10 o'clock California time to ask questions and receive healing. so that you can be at peace and happy and let go of these energies that you may think are just the way it is, or politics, or governments, or if weather comes in, you deal with whatever, you deal with it in the moment. But it doesn't have to be how it is. The amazing thing is when you change the inside, the outside will show up for you. You will be in fifth dimension, fourth dimension where you're manifesting and connecting and healing, or fifth dimension where you're in divine love, where it's already here. And wouldn't that be an amazing world if we were all in fifth dimension? The more of us that are, the better planet we have. All right. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please subscribe. If you haven't already, please like and share if you want. What thoughts make you happy, or what things you do to bring yourself into balance, or anything related to that. Okay? Sending you so much love, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching, and really, it's free to subscribe. Thumbs up really helps me too. Thanks. Bye. And there is the light. See the light? That is the light of hope and divine love. Wishing you so much hope, divine love, and happiness. Bye for now.